Did you know that you can begin to reprogram your brain to create massive change in your life in as little as 7 days? And that with consistent practice, you can dominate your manifestation efforts like a boss. Although reprogramming your brain for manifestation takes some conscious effort, it isn't just about that. It's also about making smart, effective changes that reshape how your subconscious mind works and impressing it in specific ways that create new automatic habits that instinctively drive you towards success with astonishing accuracy and speed. While visualization, affirmations, and meditation are fantastic tools, there are also a few lesser-known, yet scientifically grounded techniques that can turbocharge your brain's ability to manifest what you want. And you can use these to master your manifestation efforts and achieve your dreams with the precision of a seasoned expert, even if you've never had success with deliberate manifestation before. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, in this video I'll reveal one of these powerful strategies that could transform your approach to achieving your dreams. But before we get into the principles and the techniques of how to reprogram your brain for manifestation, first ask yourself these questions and then be honest with yourself about the answers. When I wake up in the morning, do I believe that life is rigged in my favor? Or do I wake up dreading the day ahead of me? Do I believe that in life there are no problems, only solutions? Or do I feel like life is full of problems that cannot be solved? Do I give the green light to the universe to bring me what I want from life? Or do I expect to experience things that don't happen the way that I want them to? As you can probably tell, each of these questions pertain to two different sides of the same coin. And the choice is up to each individual as to which side of that coin they give their attention to. And that's where we're going to begin when it comes to reprogramming your brain in a short amount of time, with your attention, the powerhouse behind everything that you experience in your life. I've spoken in the past about selective attention, which is the ability to focus on specific information while filtering out irrelevant information. This skill greatly assists in the manifestation process and brings our deliberate thoughts, feelings, and beliefs into reality. Selective attention helps you focus on what you're trying to manifest by heightening your awareness of the opportunities and the resources that align with your manifestation goals. Now let's break this type of attention down a little further. In our daily lives, our attention operates in two distinct but interconnected ways: perceptual attention and conceptual attention. Stay with me here because it has a lot to do with manifestation. Perceptual attention involves our awareness of the outer physical world. It allows us to focus on or ignore various stimuli around us, such as sounds, sights, and smells. Basically, the things that come in through our senses. Conceptual attention, on the other hand, is focused on our internal mental processes, including thoughts, memories, and imagination. This is what happens in our minds and our brains. It's how we visualize and internalize any and everything. Although different, these two types of attention are closely linked, meaning that changes in one can and will directly influence the other. For instance, if one of these types of attention speeds up or slows down, so does the other. So what does this mean for manifestation? When it comes to manifestation, understanding the relationship between perceptual and conceptual attention and using this to your advantage can actually amplify your results in a very short amount of time. And here's how. When we deliberately focus our perceptual attention on outer positive stimuli that aligns with our goals, we begin to shape our reality, ensuring that our environment amplifies and reflects our intentions for manifestation. This happens because our reticular activating system, a network of neurons in the brainstem, and that part of us that automatically looks for more information that validates and supports our focus and attention, will find ways to point out even more opportunities that align with us achieving what we want. So, by directing our attention in this way, we train our brain to highlight these opportunities, which then creates an environment that makes it easier to manifest our desires. For example, if you begin the process of surrounding yourself with images, sounds, and objects that represent your desires and manifestation goals, this will reinforce your mental focus and keep your goals at the forefront of your mind for this process to take place. From there, conceptual attention, going inward with visualization, meditation, and imagination, can be added to make this process work even faster and with more precision. This type of inward attention allows you to engage deeply with your internal world. And by consistently directing your thoughts towards your goals and visualizing your desired outcomes, you activate neural pathways in your brain associated with those outcomes. This process not only strengthens your belief in achieving these goals, but also influences your behavior and your decisions, aligning them with your desired reality. It also establishes and impresses these goals further onto your reticular activating system, so that this part of your brain begins to look for that evidence of these things within your physical reality. In fact, once this is done properly, this part of the brain will even stop you from seeing anything that doesn't support these goals, as one of its main functions. To put this in very simplistic terms, whatever you feed into the reticular activating system with consistency is what you'll experience as manifested reality. As far as the universe is concerned, all available options and tools have been made accessible to each of us to create and manifest as we choose. And the different possibilities and combinations are absolutely endless. Here's a simple way to look at this. Just for a moment, imagine that you're a chef in a well-stocked kitchen, where there is every ingredient, as well as every utensil that you can think of available, and all in abundant proportion. Your only job is to use your tools, or your utensils, to put those ingredients together in different combinations for the creation of what you want. Some of the ingredients, or the things that you have the choice to focus on, may not be ideal for what you're creating, while many others will be. And some of the tools that you have to work with, such as your feeling states, the words you use, and your mental constructs, won't assist you in bringing about your manifestation, while other ones will work just perfectly. All of this information is to say this: by using your mind in very specific ways, you can kickstart the automatic processes in your brain so that they broaden its boundaries and beliefs and allow you to make creative connections that you may not have made otherwise, and allow you to manifest things that you may have never manifested before. Now that you have this understanding, let's get into how these concepts can be used for manifestation. If you're looking for a simple and highly effective method to reprogram your brain, you can use a technique that I created and called quantum attention training. This process blends perceptual and conceptual focus to magnify your manifestation power, as well as shorten how long it takes to see tangible results. I've used this successfully in my own life, as well as in the lives of my clients for rapid and precise results. This process will sharpen your ability to notice and engage with things that align with your desires, while also creating a mindset that opens itself to new possibilities, thereby enabling and developing a deeper connection with the universal quantum field of all potential outcomes. It involves deliberately shifting your focus to specific sensory inputs to alter your brain's wiring. And by consistently redirecting your attention to particular stimuli, you will begin to create new neural pathways that support your desired outcomes. The different parts of this method are even backed by research in cognitive neuroscience and are known for their effectiveness in enhancing mental flexibility, emotional regulation, and goal achievement. Here's how it works. The first step is to define and review your vision. So you're going to start each day by creating or revisiting what I refer to as your manifestation shopping list. This is a detailed catalog of what you're creating and manifesting, or what you might say that you are aligning with in the quantum field of all possibilities. This list might include tangible items like homes or cars, or intangible things such as well-being, happiness, or success. As I said earlier, all possibilities are available and you can choose whatever you like. You can also add to this list as often as you like, and I highly encourage that you do. This is going to clarify your intentions and begin the process of aligning your subconscious mind with your goals. But for the purposes of this process, once you have your list started, just choose one of these items at a time to work with until you become proficient with the process. The second step is going to be to choose a sensory focus. Something that pertains to one of your 5 physical senses of sight, sound, touch, smell, or taste that you're going to use for this training. This will align with your perceptual attention, and the sense you choose should enhance your connection to your desired manifestation goal and be something that you can integrate into your daily routine. For example, you might choose to focus on specific sounds or visual patterns. For something like a car, you might choose to focus on the smell of a new car or the touch of leather. For intangible objects such as happiness or well-being, use your gut to guide you into what sense to use and what to focus on. Just choose the first thing that comes to mind. For this part of the process, you can choose a new sensory modality each day, stick with one that you prefer most, or even try to incorporate 2 or more senses at a time. Step number 3 is going to be expand your perceptual attention through focused observation. Throughout your day, you're going to actively seek out and observe things that align with this item from your shopping list, as well as the sensory focus that you chose that pertains to that. Just as you would pick items off of a shelf in a store, spot and mentally collect things in your environment that resonate with this manifestation. For instance, if your goal is to manifest a tranquil and serene home space, and you've chosen the scent of lavender as your sensory focus, you might notice the smell of lavender from a nearby garden or a shop that sells essential oils. And even though you're not home, your sensory focus has picked up on a validation and evidence of your manifestation because you've chosen to focus on it. The more you validate it, the more validation will be offered to you, creating a feedback loop that reinforces itself until the manifestation becomes tangible. In other words, this alignment with your sensory focus, even in unexpected places, reinforces your connection to your manifestation goals. During this part of the process, also practice ignoring distractions and irrelevant details that do not serve your manifestation goals. Part 4 of this process is going to be engaging in sensory immersion. So the next few steps of this process are going to engage your conceptual attention and impress your subconscious mind in very powerful ways. You're going to dedicate 10 to 15 minutes each day to deeply immersing yourself in the selected sensory experience. If you chose a sound, for instance, as your sensory focus, listen intently to music or natural sounds like flowing water or birds. Anything that resonates with the emotions and the settings of your desired outcomes. You're going to want to fully absorb every detail of the sensory input. The key is to immerse yourself fully by paying close attention to the details of it, and your subconscious mind will automatically link the sensory focus to your manifestation. But this will be further enhanced in the process in the upcoming steps. Step 5 is to verbalize and visualize during your sensory immersion. So while you're still immersed in that sensory experience, you're going to begin to verbalize and visualize the item that you're working with from your manifestation shopping list. Describe it out loud, in detail, so that you bring clarity and vividness to your visualization. For instance, as you listen to ocean sounds, you might say something like this: I am walking through my new beachfront property, feeling the sand between my toes. I can see the expansive crystal clear windows of my modern villa, reflecting the dazzling sunset over the ocean. The scent of salt and fresh seaweed fills the air, and I hear the soothing sounds of waves gently crashing against the shore. Verbalizing your visualizations, especially with great detail and lots of descriptive wording, reinforces your desires in your subconscious mind, making your goals more tangible and more achievable. Step 6 is going to be to link your sensory input to your desired outcome. In this part of the process, you're going to connect the sensory experience directly to your goals. So imagine the sensory details of your desires manifesting in real life. For instance, going back to the beachfront property example we just used, use your mind to feel the sand between your toes, to touch the texture of the front door, to smell the salt in the air, to hear the waves, to see the dazzling sunset, and to feel the emotions of success. This type of sensory linking begins to embed your neural pathways with positive associations that facilitate manifestation. It does take a little bit of practice, but just like any other muscle, you can build this until you become proficient at it. Step 7 is going to be reflect and reinforce your daily experiences. At the end of the day, you might spend some time reflecting on your experiences. Write down any thoughts or insights that come to mind to reinforce the connection between the sensory input and your desired outcomes. This type of reflection will help consolidate the mental connections made throughout the day, and your subconscious mind can use that information to work with as you sleep. And then the last step is going to be to monitor your progress and adjust as needed. Keep a journal to track your progress over the next 7 days. Note any changes in your thoughts, emotions, and behavior. And pay attention to any synchronicities or unexpected opportunities that arise as a result of your training. Although this is a 7-day process, I highly recommend that you continue to do it after those 7 days. The first 7 days are there to create the pattern and the habit, and then you should begin to see some tangible results because of those 7 days, which should then give you really good reason to want to continue the process. Although this type of linking is rarely discussed in mainstream manifestation circles, it is actually grounded in solid cognitive neuroscience principles, and it's a highly effective method for reprogramming your brain and enhancing your manifestation abilities. It leverages your brain's natural ability to adapt and change through sensory experiences. And by focusing your attention on specific and deliberate sensory inputs related to your manifestation goals and linking them to positive outcomes, you effectively rewire your brain to support these things as tangible results in your life. In fact, in as little as 7 days, it can lead to significant changes in your thoughts, emotions, and your behaviors, helping you manifest what you want in record time.